Have y'all ever heard that phrase, women are from Venus, men are from Mars? Nah. Usually it gets a few laughs and some comments usually. But you know, women and men, we think differently. But it is crucial for us to have good communication skills for our relationships. You know, we're not born with natural communication skills. This is something we have to learn, and we can learn effective communication skills. You know, women and men, we work through our problems differently. Women, we like to talk it through, have somebody listen to us, and sometimes give us some feedback. Men, y'all tend to like to work your problems out alone. Playing a video game, watching TV, or some other kind of distraction. But I will say for men, if you all really want to solve a problem, you all are willing to talk about it. You know, my friend, she was comparing relationships to a river. When everything's going smooth, you're having a good time in life, and you're getting along. When you start having some problems, it's like rapids. Your feelings are kind of being tossed about, and sometimes you have some problems. And then there's also when you're not communicating at all. It's like when a beaver builds that dam, and that water's constantly hitting on it, and all that pressure's building up, just like all the pressure building up in your relationship. And something happens and that water bursts through, that's how our words usually come out in a hurry. And then usually at that point it's kind of mean, and a lot of times it could be damaging. So I was thinking, you know, as humans, we tend to complain a lot about our spouses. You know, I'm at work a lot, I hear things all the time in the lunchroom like, my husband doesn't help me clean, or my wife is always nagging me. But it is crucial to have good relationships, good communication skills to help improve our relationships. And I know you all have seen Dr. Phil on TV, or at least some of you all. And he always says relationships aren't 50-50. They're 100-100. Which is actually really important. That should be something we give our all to. Now, there are a few effective communication skills, like your word choices. If you have an attitude when you start a conversation, or you use a lot of bad language, most people aren't going to listen to you anyway. And then body language. If you're standing there with your arms crossed and rolling your eyes, which I'm a bad eye roller anyway, then nobody's going to listen to you anyway. And then listening. We listen to each other. It's very, very important. So I got online and looked at the West Virginia University website to look up good communication skills. And so they had a list of some suggestions for us. Like the first suggestion was pick the right time. Shouldn't try to have a serious conversation when someone's watching a sporting event, watching their favorite TV show, or about to go to bed, because no one's going to listen to you anyway. And then when you're out and if you're going to have a serious conversation, try not to have it out in public. Because I know me, you don't want an audience when you're having a serious conversation. And then it's also important to be face-to-face. And that means no text messages, no emails or letters. And that's only because your information can be misinterpreted. I know that we are the technology age, so I think we could all probably work on that one a little bit. And then body language. It's good to maintain eye contact. Try to sit up when you're having a conversation. Don't be laying down. Some people think you don't care. And then no you sentences. And I'll give an example. I'll give an example of an I sentence and an example of a you sentence. If I said, I feel we're not as close lately as we used to be, compared to, you never spend any time with me, See how that's a little different? That automatically puts somebody on the defensive when they hear that sentence. And then we should be able to tell our spouse if we're mad. And no matter how I would like it, can't read my mind. So if we're upset, we should be able to tell them, because really, nothing's going to change if they don't know why we're upset with them. And then we should be able to let go of issues only if your partner knows what's wrong with you and if they sincerely have apologized, if it's to that point. And the next thing is something I can be a little guilty of is do not bring things up from the past if it's not relevant to your situation now. That's a bad thing. So I think we should work together to try to improve our relationships, to have happy and healthy relationships. We should remember to maintain eye contact, use I sentences, and try to pick the right time. Try to watch your body language and maybe the tone of how you talk to your spouse or significant other. You know, remember, we're not born with natural communication skills, but we can learn to be effective communicators. Because ultimately in the end, I think we all want to be happy and healthy as possible.